Nothing annoys me more than when somebody conflates an ideology with a race. That annoys the living shit out of me because a thought cannot summarily be connected to a goddamn race. It is not possible, it's annoying as hell, and people should stop doing it. But guess what? People don't stop doing it because it's easy to label somebody a racist when they say something you don't like. Case in point, 72 Philadelphia police officers placed on desk duty over offensive social media posts. What was offensive, you might ask? Well, that's up to the eyes of the beholder now, isn't it? Philadelphia Police Department has pulled 72 officers off the regular duties as authorities investigate inflammatory social media posts revealed in a database that found thousands of offensive postings by current and former officers. Well, it doesn't tell you what the offensive post was. They said it's on the largest removal of police officers in history. But here's the fun part. The latest fallout since the advocacy group, the Plainview Project, earlier this month released thousands of Facebook posts and comments by current and former police officers that range from racist memes. I'd love to see some of these to see if they were indeed racist, considering we know about the Plainview Project. They're a bunch of far-left activists. They really are. You'll see the connection to these activists fairly shortly. Celebrating violence contains Islamophobic themes among the offensive materials. Islamophobic themes.
Don't tell anybody about it. People might not like your idea.
Tell me, does one of those Islamophobic themes look something like this? I wonder if this is Islamophobic. Shut up, phone. I wonder if this right here is Islamophobic. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. I'm pretty sure one of you can tell me if this is Islamophobic or not.
Do it again.
I wonder if this right here is Islamophobic. What do you think?
Do it again.
I wonder if this right here is Islamophobic. What do you think?
Do it again.
I wonder if this right here is Islamophobic. What do you think?
What? You'll apologize for that.
The police commish, whatever you want to call them, we are equally disgusted by many of the posts that you saw, and in many cases, the rest of the nation saw. Sure. So, what did they post? Well, it really doesn't say. It just tells us that it's offensive. We've talked about the onset of how disturbing, how disappointing, and upsetting these posts are. Sure. They certainly are. They will undeniably impact police-community relations. Only if you capitulate to the social justice mob will this have any effect on your relations. I'm assuming some of these memes, some of these offensive posts and racist posts, were jokes, were comedic relief, were anti-establishment fucking rhetoric. I haven't seen a single one of them, but I'm going to assume from the source that gave it that they weren't offensive at all. They were jokes, they were memes, they were meant to be funny. People were getting a laugh at it. Nobody fucking likes Islam in this country. If you think you do and you throw out that term Islamophobia, as NPR just did, because this is sourced from the NPR, then we can only assume that you align with social justice. And a phobia is an irrational fear. Is it irrational to fear the Quran? And fear those that die-heartedly believe in said Quran? You know that same book that says if we're at war, my head needs to be fucking chopped off because Allah isn't fucking real. He doesn't exist. Okay? It's an imaginary character. I'm an atheist for a reason. I don't believe in imaginary beings. That's one of them. I'm also an atheist against this intersectional religion because I don't kowtow to the mob. I hate bullies and I hate every form of them. This is a form of bullying. You want some proof? Let's scroll down here. The database, first reported on by BuzzFeed and Injustice Watch. How would they know this database existed? That's an easy, quick question, don't you think? How does BuzzFeed, of all fucking places, know that this existed? Anyways, was undertaken by Philadelphia lawyer Emily Baker White. Baker White? Okay then. Who compiled the trove of postings in an effort to examine whether online behavior could undermine public trust in the police and make it more difficult for officers to work in minority communities. After looking through the post, Ross said some of the bigoted content would indeed compromise confidence in the city's police department. This puts us in a position to work even harder than we already do to cultivate relationships with neighborhoods and individual groups that we struggle to work with or struggle to maintain relationship with now. Really, we will work tirelessly to repair that reputation. So, what this also said in here, which I found really kind of annoying, is if you look up a little bit above here, Philadelphia criminal defense lawyer Paul Heitznicker agreed that the Facebook message scandal is a reminder that of an issue has long plagued city law enforcement. I bet it did. I bet you're also a Black Lives Matter protesting activist. You know, that same group that says pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon. Guess what? Black Lives Matter, Islam, and all these other minority groups that you so cherish and love hate the cops. Do you think that sentiment will not be reciprocated? Cops deal with a bunch of fucking morons day in and day out. Every time they pull somebody over, they're like, what is this guy going to try this time? Is it going to be a woman trying to cry her way out of a goddamn ticket? Is it going to be a guy being an absolute prick to me? Are they going to be nice? Will they pull a gun? Are they going to fight with me? Are they armed? When they go on a call to a domestic dispute, who do you think separates that domestic dispute? It isn't the two people fighting. I can tell you that much right now. Cops deal with the worst people in our society. We call on them to respond to things that we as people don't want to put our own hands and nose into. They do this job quite thanklessly, I might add. And here you are saying that, oh, they said a few mean things online. They could have been venting, they could have been joking, who the fuck knows? Maybe they're serious. Who cares? Apparently you guys do. We're all aware of it, Heinziker said. There is not anyone who has been connected to the criminal justice system in Philadelphia who isn't aware of the underlying problems of implicit bias and explicit bias that these posts reflect that have existed for a long, long time, for decades. Okay, you're going to throw out that bias bullshit? You know that biases are formed from both opinions and experiences? So they may all have this opinion that when Black Lives Matter or Islam walks down the street saying pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon, or Islam turns around and says this country will be Sharia, fuck your laws. Do you think those that love and uphold the law and love this country are going to take kindly to any of that shit? So you're going to blame the cops for the actions of the minority. You know what helped Philadelphia quite a long way? Re-educating people not to be fucking violent. That might help. You know what else might help them? Not having a police force to deal with these people. You know what? Since you dest 72 people and you have about 300 totally implicated in 6,500 officers, I want all 6,500 officers to stop what they're doing for 24 hours. Watch what your fucking state or city becomes. 24 hours. Not a single call answered. Not 911 used. Nothing. No one will respond. What do you think is going to happen? Take a hard guess at what you think is going to happen.
Start on my signal. Now do it. You men, attack.
So I saw this, and I was quite annoyed. I was annoyed to the point that I felt like I needed to make a video. No one's covered this yet. You know, I'm one of the first people that saw it. It came across my news feed. Speaking of which, I found an app called News Voice. I find it very entertaining. It shows you the left and right view. It allows you to comments. No one's comments deleted. You can like and share, all that kind of fun stuff. And News Source, excuse me, it's not News Guard, its news source. This app has been quite handy, and I've rather loved it because it's basically other sources of news, so you can see the slant of it. There's a couple other apps I use that show me the left and right biased view. I kind of can already figure out what the left's going to say at this point. Once you learn how to empathize and think like one of them, you can understand how to deconstruct their retardation. Same with the right. It's the same thing. All you have to do is understand what their principles are, if they have any, and if they apply hypocrisy anywhere, and just rip it down. This in particular did not surprise me in the least bit. If you think that a bunch of cops are going to put up with the shit that they're given day in and day out by people that are ungrateful as fuck, but once shit hits the fan, oh man, are they quick to dial that 911. They're very quick to dial that. Somebody walking around in their neighborhood, walking around with a gun, drunk as fuck, they'll call the cops, but no snitching, don't tell them my name. Yeah, that never happens, right? There wasn't a guy that ran down the street screaming, "Leave me alone, man!" Got shot 5 times in the back. Everybody cried about him getting shot in the back. Come to find out he had a gun and shot at the cops from behind his, he was running and tucked it and shot underneath like that. Yeah, that never happened, right? These people have no concept of respect. They have no concept of unity. They have no concept of justice. Social justice, sure, because that's the mob mentality of justice, which really isn't justice. It's just mob rule.
Who was it that sent me this message of death? And do they mean what they say?
These people don't want social justice. This is what happens. You got 300 plus officers that were all shit on by everybody. I guarantee you that, because we've seen it in the news for the last 10 plus years. There's been movements, if you will, developed explicitly around calling out cops. But moment shit hits the fan, who's the first person they call on? Sure as hell isn't there Black Lives Matter, folks. No, they call the goddamn cops. Why? I think at this point, if they want to run around and tout this shit, don't respond. They call the cops. Oh yeah, you're in this neighborhood? Yeah, sorry, sort it out yourselves. Goodbye. Click. How would that go over, per se? When you say pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon, the cops and the Klan go hand in hand, shit like that. Your little chants of fascist ideology trying to bring down the man as if the cops were the problem and not the thugs committing the crime. Fine. Don't respond. Don't show up. Don't do your job. You're not required to put yourself in harm's way. If shit hits the fan, some of them, there's actually laws where it says you have to if you're a cop in some places, but not all the time. You're meant to diffuse the situation. How about just not show up? No response. None. Screw you guys. And see how you like it for 24 hours with no cops around. I'm pretty sure it'll be a riot. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. It kind of irritated me, so I thought I'd do something real quick. I'm working on another one right now, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's these kind of things take forever because I'm not good at editing. This, in particular is real cut and dry, easy to edit. Just cut, drop some kung fu, and I'm good. All right, talk to you later. See you next time.